Y'all, Suitcase Sarah is at it again. She has written more letters to the judge, which were just released, and we're talking about them in today's video. Hello everybody and welcome back to the sofa, the pretend sofa with the owl back there. We are missing our mascot Roscoe because he's being babysat right now. I've had some work done in the house and it doesn't work well for him to be in here. It scares him because he really doesn't know what's going on most of the time, like his father. And my name is Paul, if you are new to the channel. Now what we're going to be doing today, y'all, it's a quick update. I apologize, it's a short video, right? But we had to talk about this. And what this is Suitcase Sarah. And who Suitcase Sarah is Sarah Boone. Now, Sarah Boone is currently incarcerated. She is, I don't know if I want to say standing awaiting trial at this point. I don't know if it'll happen. But regardless, she is incarcerated. She has allegedly, not intentionally, took the life of her boyfriend, George. Now, she did this via a suitcase. They were playing a game of hide and seek. She left him in there. He met a horrible death. Well, this case has gone viral because of her interrogation, because of just her behavior and the heinousness of it too. Now, Sarah has become a prolific writer while being in jail, communicating with the judge about her dissatisfaction with representation. Now, I do want to say this real quick. Make no bones about it. While I might not personally care for Sarah and her actions, I have two sides to this. I agree, she needs to have a fair trial. Everybody does. If she is truly having this type level of no communication from lawyers and people like that, that is an issue and it needs to be addressed. I 100% agree with that. So please understand that even though I do think that it's, you know, her writing and all this type of stuff is kind of over the top and whatever, everybody deserves a fair trial and that needs to happen. Now, that being said, she is a prolific writer, and one question that I have, and to keep in the back of your mind with this, is the fact that, you know, this another attorney wants off the case and all that, and he's like, you know what, no, she's not going to be happy with anyone representing her. So in her claims that there's no communication, I have to ask, well then, if he's saying that, how is there no communication? Because clearly some communication has taken place for him to know that she's completely dissatisfied and won't be satisfied, if that makes sense. Now again, this is the eve of, depending on when you're watching that, the hearing for him to be removed. So lots can happen. But I wanted to go ahead, make a video about the letters that she wrote. So what we'll do is I'm going to put them up here on the screen. We're going to read along to them. It's not that many. So yeah, I'm not going to be reading to you too long. Don't y'all worry or nothing. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so at the top you see August 30th, 2023, Clerk of Courts, Judge Wayne C. Wooten, goes over her case number and so forth. Then we'll start off here. Now, also, please know this, that when I read these, all I hear is her talking. She literally writes how she talks, right? And so, yeah, that's what's going on in my mind. So if you see me slip into character, I'm just doing some channeling, okay? Okay, so here we go. Clerk of Courts, Judge Wooten. Anyone so confused, so tired of the perpetual question marks over my head, as usual, thanks to the ongoing convolution of everything from no communication, no system, not including me, and no care, and I can't ask my attorney because he's trying to withdraw again. I wouldn't get a response anyway. She came in hot on this one, y'all. Right off the rip, first paragraph, tore the whole circuit court to pieces. Okay, it's funny how the only piece of correspondence via mail I have actually received from Bankowitz is his motion to withdraw as counsel. Judge Wooten, please clarify my requested information as follows so I, the defendant in my case, can prepare and plan accordingly. See letter dated 6/29/23, hand delivered, second copy, 7/21/23. What is going on? Now, before we keep going, I mean, I literally just hear her. I mean, this is all I can hear is that interrogation video and the way she was just talking to him. Not intentional, you know. So anyways, let's keep going. This information in question is all I have from an outside source looking on the clerk's website to keep me updated since no one else will. I've tried to dilute some of the question marks but need you, Judge Wooten, to help me get it correct and begin my preparation. Now again, here's the thing. I just question, okay, what's going on here? Why won't anyone communicate with her? I understand that in the system here that she's in, I mean, yeah, she's going to get sidelined. It's how it is. Is that right, wrong, or different? No, it shouldn't be that way, right? So I'll give her that. But it's just over over and over and over, and it's been going on for so long now, right? I mean, my God, poor George's family, right? It's just ridiculous, and especially, you know, when we watch, we're not going to do it in this video, it's just short, the video of him that she recorded of him essentially dying and begging for his life, you know, but also of the interview that the police did with her, you know, and then to think that this is still going on, it's still dragging out, there's still no justice for him. Let's go to the next page. Okay, so at the top it says file July 21st, 2023, title notice of hearing, pretrial conference, when September 8th. It's referring to what's going on. So depending on when you're watching this might have already happened. I'll do another update on the conference if, you know, if it's worthy of talking about. It says didn't receive copy, yes from, defendant received copy, yes from court. Is defendant attending unknown? Why didn't I receive a copy from attorney? And then filed July 26, 2023. And it just goes on. I won't get into all these, but I'll go to her bullet points as you can see. So the bottom here, you know, that says I need copy. She didn't get one. Defendant attending unknown. And then it says, I thought the PTC was on this date. See previous filing. Pretrial conference. Is this meeting for the recycled psychologist? I'm very curious about that profession. Why didn't I receive a copy from the court? Why didn't I receive a copy from the attorney? Okay, now before we go on, and now you already know this, right? There's other channels that are like specific lawyers who know this stuff right here. Me being on the sofa, the pretend sofa back there, and just looking at it from onlooker thing, yeah, 100% we need fair trials, everyone needs their thing. But I'm also reading this from like file July 26, 2023 for, you know, the dates and all this type of stuff. Am I attending? I don't know. Well, part of me looks at it this way. I'm like, girl, trust me, they're going to put you where they want you to be when they want you to be there, right? You don't have much choice in that, okay? So if they're not going to tell you to the last minute, is that good, bad, indifferent? Well, no. If she's not getting any kind of notice, it's scary. I get it, right? You want to know what's going on. I would argue that it was probably pretty scary for George and the suitcase, and he probably wanted to know what was going on too. You know, so I only have so much sympathy in one way, but I also want to see justice take place. You know, if you look at the things going on with the Alec Murdaugh trial, we just came off that, and now it looks like it could get uprooted because of the clerk of court writing a book and doing all this crazy stuff. So this is why along the way things need to happen. I's need to be dotted, T's need to be crossed. Now let's move on to this third one that was filed August 22nd, 2023, and this is for September 15th status hearing. Now it says, did the defendant receive a copy? Yes from the court. Is the defendant attending? Unknown. It says, is this for the motion to withdraw? It was filed on the same day. If not, what for specifically? Why didn't I receive a copy from my attorney? Girl, the attorney's over you, okay? That's what it sounds like. Now some of this stuff is automatically, if I'm correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm not sure how it works in Florida, but like, say it's a status hearing, they might set some of those. Well, those could get changed, this, that, and the other, so they're not going to be doing a whole bunch of, we're going to sit you down and walk you through something that's probably not going to happen way out here. Now, again, I could be wrong on that. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not none of that well fancy stuff. I'm just someone on the damn sofa in YouTube. Okay, so anyways, let's keep going. Now here we're on to the third page, and it says at the top, filed August 22nd. This is for a notice of hearing to withdraw motion. September 8th, defendant received copy. No from either. I need a copy. Is defendant attending? Unknown. 2 meetings are already scheduled on this day. See previous filings. What is correctly happening? This was filed the same day as attorney's motion to withdraw. Why didn't I receive a copy of this from him also? Why didn't the court send a copy with a status hearing notice filed the same day as the motion to withdraw? Which date is correct for the actual motion to withdraw? Again, what is going on? When? Now she goes on to say, I rarely am included on the certificate of service for any document filed or anything else. It should be an automatic inclusion. Please send revised and or all correct copies of the aforementioned documents so I have for my records, and is the only way I know unless able to find an outside source. Again, receiving copies of notifications, updates, schedules, everything to all my meetings and conferences should be automatic. So I know it is my right. Please include. Finally. She says, am I really the only one who is trying to figure out anything out for and about my case to finally conclude? Should I, the defendant of all parties in my case, be in, include overall, and receive necessary needed copies? Now she'll go on to sign this. Now, again, what I'm very curious to find out here is just the real tea, as the kids might say. You know, I have a feeling there's a little bit of media in the middle here. I have no doubt that she's being kept in the dark. This is just how it is, right? She's in a major system. They're not going to be sending her this, that. They know where she's at, okay? They know she ain't going anywhere, right? I mean, we should hope, you know. So they know all this is going on. So, you know, this whole thing of like, well, I need a hand-delivered letter and da-da-da-da-da. I'm being dramatic with hand-delivered, but you know what I'm saying. I just feel like, yeah, they need to include her, but I'm like, girl, it's no. You want to dot your I's and your T's now that it comes down to your rights and whatnot, but what about Jorge? You know what I'm saying? I just kind of go back to that, and don't we see this all the time? Remember Daryl Brooks? This is very Daryl Brooksy, okay? Remember Daryl Brooks, where he was just like, everything had to be a very particular way from him after he left a parade and carnage, right? But again, you know, I'll say it 100 times in this video, yes, we do need to have accountability. We do need to have the justice system working in such a way. It has gone on forever. However, I think she is part of the problem, right? I think she's getting with these attorneys and is probably sending tons of stuff like this constantly and just back and forth, and who knows? And they're over inundated. If she's dealing with public defenders and this kind of stuff, you already know how this goes. They have so many cases, and again, I'm not trying to make excuses for them because it's not fair to their clients either, right? It's like a bogged down system. So that being said, you know, I just feel like with this, it needs to happen. I feel like also, you know, for her, I'm just like, well, what are you so confident about getting to the finish line for? You know, is she to the point of being like, just, I made a president, for God's sakes, you know, or is she thinking, I'm going home? I'm going home. You know, this was an accident or whatever, which I don't see how you could talk your way out of this, right? It's really, really bad, okay? You know, he's begging for her to open a suitcase and then he suffocates in it as she is laughing and berating him. I mean, come on, right? So there's that. So yeah, I have given up on trying to even guess when this trial will happen, you know, if it does. I would be interested to see if at a certain point they're like offer her a plea deal of something and she takes it, but oh, I do not think Suitcase Sarah will. I am waiting for her to represent herself. I'm waiting for that to happen. Would not shock me. So anyways, let me know what you think. Again, last video I asked on this, I was like, when do you think this will happen? The majority of you said, I think 2025. I mean, do we need to start talking decades at this point? Is this a 2030 kind of situation? Or are we looking at 2025? I mean, you know, what's going on? So anyways, let me know what you think down in the comment section. If you're still watching, I appreciate it. And even though Roscoe's not here, he does ask for some proverbial sofas in the comment section. Until we meet down in the comment section to continue to comment on the comment section, in the comment section. I'll see y'all there.